Hey, you guys, what's up? Bob Smith from Smith Taekwondo and Pro Sport Kickboxing, PMC. And coming to you today talking about martial artists are not superheroes. Too many of these martial artists believe it themselves. I've recently seen a feed on social media where this one guy who's stuck in the 80s with his women's yoga pants and his David Lee Roth haircut is actually telling people that he has snapped 3 different guys' ankles in 3 separate street fights with a drop spinning sweep. MMA has put an end to most of this bullcrap as far as the secret ninja moves, but if you look at any of this guy's videos, he's always professing something like this. It's actually a little embarrassing. And then when you call him out on it, then he goes, "Oh, you're a bully. You're just a bully that has some fighting experience, not a true martial artist." You know, and it's amazing that somebody can say something so stupid when they don't even know you. But all they gotta do is look up your background. This guy claims to have this really high-ranking status in Taekwondo, yet he didn't tell you that it wasn't a certified governing body. It was his own little Kmart belt manufacturing factory, belt certificate printing. You know, printed his own certificate and declared himself a ultimate, supreme, superior grandmaster of everything. Martial arts in Hapkido and Taekwondo and karate and everything else. And the reason this video started is because a young lady here in Hawaii was just badly beaten by her husband, and she's a UFC fighter. And a lot of people are going to be going, "Oh my God, oh, I'll bet you gave as good as you took. I'll bet you really gave it to him. Boy, he's just lucky. He's just lucky he got the jump on you." People believe that martial artists are so finely trained and their skills are so finely honed that they can stop bullets. They can easily dispatch 10 or 15 guys that are attacking him at the same time. Partially because of guys like this that I was talking about, posting stuff on the internet like, "I'm going to throw a nickel up in the air and then I'm going to drop spinning sweep it." But then, of course, when I get up, I have to go, "What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?" And that is all crucial to the training, because that's what makes me a super secret ninja. And the truth being is, guys like this have never been in a fight in their life. This young lady, on the other hand, however, has got a lot of fight experience. So does her husband. But I've seen so much stuff on social media already, and we haven't even got any information from the media other than the police are looking for her husband and that it was a domestic assault. Well, obviously we know when it's domestic violence, it's a family member, a loved one involved, and it happened in her own home at 2 a.m. So if it's happening that early in the morning, it's obviously in your home or somebody's home that you plan on staying in. So that pretty much narrows it down. But my point is, people believe that martial artists have some sort of a secret superpower, all because of that coveted black belt. And it just isn't true. You know, a lot of these guys are riding on the coattails of other members of their gym. You know, well, my daughter won nationals 9 years ago, so I'm an expert because I trained her. Or, I know so-and-so, you know, I know BJ Penn, and I got a purple belt from BJ Penn, so I'm an expert. You need to just shut up. And honestly, you need to get in the ring and really get in the ring and spar. Now, I don't mean get in there with this giant headgear on and these giant balloon gloves and you guys are tapping and doing flow drills through combinations and going, yeah, man, this is how it would work on the street, and I would do this, and I would trap and parry and grab. I don't mean that. I mean with somebody who is really intent on hitting you, somebody who is really intent on popping you in the face, kicking you in the face. When I spar, I don't spar to be mean or to try to injure anyone, but when I spar, I'm trying to make contact. And I know a lot of guys that have the same mindset. When they're sparring, they're trying to make contact. They're not trying to pull the punches and go, oh, I don't want to hurt anybody. You know what you're getting into when you step in the ring. Now, we have a phrase in my gym, no anger, no attitudes, no assholes. But that means don't come in with the intent of, oh man, I want to try and kick everybody's ass and hurt everybody. But when you're in the gym, when you're in the ring, you're there to work. You're not there to talk and giggle and be disruptive, or you're not there to slack and joke about it because, he caught me slacking again. No, you're not there to do that. You're there to work. But this young lady is a tremendous martial artist, and she is a valuable asset to the UFC. Most of the ladies that are fighting in the UFC, with it, other than a small handful, look like crack addicts. But there's a small handful that are just, they're beautiful, they're pleasant, they're articulate when you speak to them, they're respectful and polite, and that's what the UFC needs. It doesn't need more girls or guys covered in tattoos walking out acting like gangsters or thugs. It needs more people like this. But let's pray for a fast recovery for her. I mean, this guy, her husband, broke the bones in her face. Now, your bones are shaped outward, oval shaped outward. And if you've ever tried to squeeze an egg in your hand when it's lengthwise, it's nearly impossible to do. So your bones are shaped similarly, and your face can take a lot of abuse. But if somebody is hitting you so hard that they broke your orbital bones or shattered the bones in your face, how much anger and hatred do you have for the mother of your child, for the person you're supposed to love? How much anger and hatred must you have to beat somebody that viciously? Now again, a lot of people are going to say, oh, brah, you know what? Lucky girl, lucky you never got your shot. I hope you got your shots in. Hope you got your shots in. It's a woman versus a man. There is no comparison. I know some of you don't want to hear that, especially if there's some feminists out there, but there is no comparison. But people have that belief, they want to say, oh my God, you're a black belt, but you're a black. I've had parents come to me before when they found out that their kids were hanging out with some guys in my gym who were less than reputable. They were taking them out, young teenagers, and introducing them to weed and things like that. And the parents were looking at me and going, but they're black belts. And I'm like, I know, and there's nothing I can do about it. These three guys, for example, actually tried to sabotage my school at one point, and they were the closest ones that I had. And so they were doing it right under my nose, and I had no idea that they were doing it. But the parents just couldn't get over it. But they're black belts. Don't they have this code that they live by? Don't they have this? Isn't there some rules that say that you have to be better than everybody else? Yeah, an unwritten rule. It's called honor and integrity. So when a person,
I will find you.
Sorry about that.
And I will kill you.
When a person is looking at a black belt, be careful what you wish for. When somebody tells you, a grown man, yeah, I've snapped 3 different ankles using this particular move in real street fights. What kind of an idiot is going to say something like that. That's like saying, oh, brah, I had 400 fights in kickboxing in the last 2 years, cause. You know what I'm saying, brah? All in Japan, cause. All my fights is in Japan. Oh, yeah, that's one fight every other day, but yeah, that was me. That's what I did. Because that story sounds cool to them. And what luck are you going to have 3 different guys who are swinging at you that are going to put themselves in the exact same position at the exact same moment so that you can drop down and do your little ninja sweep, and even then shatter an ankle? Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that. You're a liar. I am definitely calling bullshit on that. So this is the kind of guy that people take their kids to, and he runs around with his hair up in a ponytail like David Lee Roth, and oops, did I just mention his name or his first name? And, you know, in yoga pants, and parents are thinking, oh my God, look how this guy is dressed. Look how he acts. He must be a ninja. And it just isn't true. It simply isn't true. And at the end of the day, there is no martial art or system that's better than the other. You can't say that Korean arts are better than Japanese arts, or Chinese arts are better than Korean arts, or MMA is better than Filipino arts. That's not true. There is no set of values or code of loyalty or rules that you live by that, you know, people can say that. I do know some guys that are such blind followers that they would actually perform an oral act of perversion on some of these grandmasters if they thought it would make them look more Asian. But just don't believe everything that you see out there, because it's not true. Don't believe these guys just because they say, yeah, Master Dave here, I'm wearing women's underwear, but I've dropped 3 guys in street fights and snapped their ankles like twigs because I'm such a master at this drop spinning sweep. It's just not true. Find a reputable school. Find somebody who's going to work hard with your children. Teach your children how to defend themselves. Teach them not to misuse what they're learning, and you're good to go. This is Bob Smith. Blood makes you related, and loyalty makes you family. Out.